Super Dave here with another review. Thundercats, ho! Super Dave here with another exciting Thundercats Ultimates review by Super 7. And this one is the final one in this wave that we're going to take a look at. And she's a good guy. It is Nayda. And she is the younger sister to Willa that we reviewed back a couple of waves ago. And she's looking pretty good. Not 100% happy with some of her proportions and her facial structure, but, the artwork always looks better than the figure, and I wish they could correct that. But, excellent to have this figure in the collection. There's her beautiful artwork there in a better picture. You can see there. And then there is the bio card. If you'd like to pause that and read it now, you certainly can. All right, let's go over here to Third Earth and break open our Nayda, younger sister to Willa, part of the tree-dwelling warrior princesses or warrior women who are great with bow and arrows and just kind of a village mindset, but they're cool. Let's go check them out. And here we are on Third Earth and into the forest on Third Earth are natives to Third Earth. And one of them, we've looked at Willa, is Nayda. And here she is. And let's first take a look at her accessories. And Nayda comes with 4 sets of hands. She has a pair of open palm, slap your hands. She also has a set of balled-up fisted hands. One is on the figure. That's horizontally hinged, and then you have a weapon holding hand. One is on the figure, and then there's the other one. Then she has a set of grappling hands, as you see on the left and right there, and then a bonus hand, which is a arrow holding hand to be able to pull back the arrow and shoot it with her bow. You can see the way the fingers are. It's set to hold, so that's cool. And on over here, she, like I said, is equipped with a balled-up fisted hand and a weapon holding hand as she's holding her little dagger there. She also has a little bracelet, a bead bracelet that hangs off. You see it there, it's hanging off of her wrist. She has the gauntlets. She's got the furry loincloth, so she could qualify as an Eternian. She's got a little bit of a rope around her abdomen, little torn off tank top there, and a strap that leads to her quill, which holds her arrows, and then a bow, as you see there, equipped with a stretchy string, so we can get some real authentic looking shooting arrow effects. Then she's got 2 arrows that are loose, one regular arrow with a arrowhead, and then one that is bound in like a piece of material, which maybe she can set it to fire and shoot it, set a fire there. And as you saw, there was quite a few arrows in her quill, but none of them are loose. They're just molded together and painted lightly. She comes with 2 head sculpts. You see this head sculpt there. It's solemn, looks kind of like the one that was on the back of the package, but the artwork does a better job than this. She has the ponytail, thick piece of plastic hanging off the back that is non-articulated, but we'll take a look at that in a few moments. And then she comes with a second head sculpt of her smiling. I kind of like this one better, even though it's not, still a huge improvement. But Super 7 does not tend to do very well with female head sculpts, it seems, sometimes. But this one's not too bad. I like it okay. I like the facial expression. Maybe a little better than this one, personally. But that is her accessories, everything that she comes with. So now let's take a look at our Nayda's Articulation. All right, moving our Nayda on in here. She is looking cool. You see how that hand that holds the arrows is designed. You can slide the back end of the arrow in between her pinky and thumb, and then the stick of the arrow goes through the index finger and the middle finger there, as there's a break there. Such a cool little design. I guess, I'm sure that was in the cartoon, I just don't recall it. But the bead that hangs down off of her wrist, really nice. And then she can hold her bow, very nice as well. But looking at the articulation, there's not going to be any looking up with the head, because this thick, huge ponytail is just restricting it. There's just not going to be the ability to move that head upwards. But she will look down pretty much all the way, and she gets a really good amount of head pivot, which is a nice touch, because Super 7 don't always give us that. So that's cool. Going on to her arms, she will do a full 360 there. Her arms will also reach out to a full T pose. And we only get single jointed elbows, but you do have, again, that swivel at the elbow, because we don't have any bicep swivel. It's just a straight piece off of the shoulder. But, you know, you can swivel at the elbow, so that's nice. And it does look like that you do get at least 90 degrees almost with that single jointed elbow. I'm going to go ahead and remove this bow and show you that all of the hands are pretty much horizontally hinged. So we don't have, I didn't see any that were vertically hinged, but they will swivel and hinge. Just maybe tight, but they do swivel and hinge. All right, moving on to our diaphragm. This is an area that kind of surprises me, because we get a little bit better crunching than what we normally do, especially with females. And that's a nice touch, and she goes back a good amount, so that way she'll be able to look up. If you really need her to look up, that will help look up. Then she's going to be able to even go side to side, really good. And of course, turn, so you get the full hula hoop motion there and there. And if you go back too far, you will see some gappage there in the front. Now, there is no swivel at the waist, so that's why I think that they gave us such a generous amount here at the bosom. Going on to the legs, she is going to be able to, that one's frozen a little bit, but get full splits. She's also got some thigh rotation built up into that ball joint. She has the ability to kick up that far. She has single jointed knees, which won't even get 90, but also have the swivel at the knee. She's going to be able to go down all the way, tiptoes, and go up pretty decent amount there, and then get excellent foot pivot with a peg hole in the bottom. So that is really good. So overall, I'd say that other than the fact that she can't look up, I would say Super 7 did a pretty good job with the articulation of this figure overall. I'm pleased with it. I think it looks pretty good. All right. And now let's do some comparisons. And here we have our Nayda standing next to her older sister Willa, and then the police of the galaxy herself, Mandora, and they're looking great together. Now, I will tell you, one of the reasons I don't have equipped her quill here is because that thick ponytail in the back, it hits this and just hinders it. But see, the way they did Willa's, you can put the quill pack and the chest strap around, and it does not hinder her head articulation. But you cannot hardly do anything with that head if you have this on. So that's a little unfortunate, mention that. And also, that thick piece of solid plastic that makes up her ponytail is so heavy that it's really hard to get her to stand up straight. She wants to fall back, and it's almost impossible, see, they both have bare feet, to get those bare feet positioned at an angle forward, leaning the body forward enough not to be like top heavy and topple backwards. So those are some things to keep in mind with this figure that I found just posing her around and getting her in a position. But as far as her hands being able to get in this position with a bow and arrow was very simple and very straightforward and really well done. It's obvious that they designed all of this for that in mind, which I think was pretty much the case with Willa also. But they're looking good together. And here's our Nayda next to Wily Cat from Super 7, and there is our newest Lion-O. I call him the Classics 3.0 Ultimates Lion-O. And then of course there is Chitara, the Ultimates version, and they are all looking pretty good beside Nayda. Now I will say that Nayda has that more of a cartoon as well as Willa look to them, like the Rankin Bass cartoon in 1985, and so I'm thinking the other Lion-O may look a little bit better, even though I think this one did improve as far as not having as much of a shine, the characteristics, but still this is a little bit more detailed, the Classics version 3.0 without the pins. But let's go ahead and take a look at Nayda next to, I'm calling it like the retail version, and then also the light up eye version of Lion-O, which is the newer Super 7 ones. And here is our Nayda next to Snarf, the Ultimates version, and then there's our retail version that's a little pasty of Lion-O, and you see he kind of fits more in line with that cartoon look, I think, the simplistic look. But I also like the fact that Nayda is smiling here, because if you remember, that's how the Thundercats gained the trust of these natives to Third Earth, is Lion-O rescued Nayda from trouble from some lizard creature. And then here is our Robo-Bear, Robear Bill, and he is looking great beside these as well. And here is Nayda next to the glowing eyes Lion-O that had the darker skin. Just to give you an idea there, I believe he's perfect along with her, because this does look more like the Rankin Bass cartoon. All of these right here do on this scene. Every one of them. Robear Bill, Nayda, Lion-O, Snarf, and Willa back there, and the Mandora with her cycles. So everything looks really cool here, I think. And thank you so much for joining us for this Super Dave review. And please come back and see us again soon. We have more reviews coming down the pike. Excited about the 1/6 scale Man-E faces that's coming through the mail chain now. So we're excited about reviewing him. But check out this awesome set. These are just looking so good. So glad that we're still getting Thundercats, and hope you had a wonderful Christmas. Be blessed. Here's some photos in the photo gallery.